Hi there, signs of Cancer. This is Kim here to do your next 3-day messages. Whatever your spirit guides, your angels want you to know for your next 3 days, I'm here to deliver it. So I think we're going to start with this deck, Sacred Symbols. Let's pull a symbol or some glyphs for you. I hope you're having a nice day today. And for the collective of Cancer, what do they need to know over the next 3 days? What do they need to know? What do they need to focus on? Highest timeline information, please. Ooh. Scales. Water. Spider. I have the spider with creation. However, this spider also gives me a feel of recognizing a pattern too. It might to you too, like a pattern recognition in your life. Something here about balancing out the emotions, or something feeling very watery, very emotional right now. Not really sure what it's talking about, if it's talking about balancing these like emotions. But we have butterfly, and I have another like balance energy with the yin yang. So we're finding balance, and you also have butterfly with renewal, and it is a number 16, which we associate with the Tower card. So 16, 29, 35, 37, and master number 22. Okay, so where this is talking about somewhere in your life where you're trying to find balance, or and maybe it is about emotions. Something's very emotional right now. The spider with creation. That always links me into like dharma and prosperity. You could have a big choice too. You cannot, because I'm seeing these twos. Like, so you could have a big choice. Is it what to renew or what to transform? Because I think of the butterfly, but I think if somebody's already been through some sort of process here for that butterfly, to come out. Oh, yay. Okay. I'm saying yay because the last time this was in the reverse for your reading, and this time we have it in the upright. Good. The crossing. You're at the crossing. You do have a choice then, right? So you have a choice. Which way do I go? This way or that way? You're definitely crossing into somewhere different. What did you have to... Maybe I'm getting the energy of like I've had to overcome something to even get to this point. Transition, movement between stages, navigating change. It says, unlike the threshold, which marks the moment before the change, this is the crossing that's reflecting the movement itself, so the journey through the transformation. That's what I was feeling, was that this butterfly has already been in a cocoon. It's already been a caterpillar, it's already been in the cocoon, and it's actively changing. Like I'm just seeing like a butterfly actively like starting to form wings. And so yeah, this is good. This is good. Oh, not yet appeared, but definitely will. The womb. It's talking about something really big in our lives, right? It's something really big. This is that caterpillar has been in the cocoon or in the womb, and it's been changing. When it emerges, then it represents, you know, that this phase it's done with this phase. But right now, so actively going through that state. That's big. That's big. So that card is a reminder of the process. And I feel like it's talking about a rather delicate process. Something here about silk or spider silk coming through. Spinning silk. Silky. I don't know. Silky. Expectation in the reverse. With expectations. 42 with courage. Interesting. Expectation in the reverse is 59. What were you expecting? What are you expecting? This feels very emotional, doesn't it? I mean, you see this big ocean here, having to have courage, right? Because there's so many emotions going on. There's so much going on. There's a lot of change here. And it's not what you it's not what you thought. I think life is going to surprise you in a beautiful way. That's usually what I think of when I think of somebody that's needing to release expectations. It's someone who's really needing to be more open to more infinite type of possibilities. So I get the feeling of letting go of rigidity, of having too much structure. You know what I mean? So there's this kind of like laid back feeling I'm getting. Less like force or control, maybe focusing more on what type of feeling you would like. There's a very similar feel to Aries reading here with your reading. They had a message of well, they had the choice, they had the scales of keeping things in balance. But tapping into a certain feeling that they have felt just a little bit of in their life and they would like to experience more of, you know? So like, I don't know, something, maybe a memory or something when you were a child, just a feeling. So without attaching it to, it has to look like this, maybe more of, I'm going towards that feeling. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing. That's it. That's what I'm picking up on. It's like, I'm hooked on this feeling. I'm going towards a feeling. And it's rocky or turbulent, you know, because that is the courage of the heart, is to, you know, go after a feeling, even if it leads you through a storm. Right? And it does look a little stormy in the crossing card. It looks a little stormy. Don't believe it. I don't know what it is with the 70s songs, but they've been coming through on every reading so far. 70s songs like Gordon Lightfoot and maybe even the Bee Gees. 50 with integration. Nice. And the breaker, number 11. Breaker of cycles, breaker of chains, breaker of something. Integration. The Watcher is on the bottom and it is in the reverse. So, and by the way, this deck does correspond like with the tarot deck. It is an alternative tarot deck, but it might not match completely. Integration, it went right to it. And it says, like it's underneath the balance and the scales, and it says it represents that. It represents integration, the process of balance, as you're taking different parts of your experience and kind of bringing them all together. Like a what have you learned? That's what I get from that. What have you learned? And is there something that we're attached to that we've already actually integrated the energy for? Does that make sense? You know, when you're still holding on to something, they're just showing me like still holding on to something because, oh, I might use it, but it was something that was used in another cycle or something that was used in a different type of pattern. You don't really need it anymore. It's like a big winter coat if you're going to Hawaii. You don't need to pack that. You don't need to pack that. The breaker represents disruption, liberation, and the force that shatters patterns. If it is in the reverse, it could be suppressed anger, fear of confrontation, avoidance of necessary change. The pressure to break free may still be present, but it is being held back. This card invites us to reflect on what are you afraid to disrupt. Ooh. I see in it, or I'm feeling like that butterfly, that inevitable process, though, already. Something that's already, like it's already changing. The Watcher in the reverse. So it represents awareness without immediate action. The Watcher does. Okay, the energy of the Watcher. So if it is in the reverse, we could feel very detached. And we could even feel like I'm jumping into the archetype of avoidance again. Like holding something back or not allowing myself to experience something. You may be watching events unfold without engaging when your presence or your voice is needed. This card invites reflection on whether observation has become a way to avoid responsibility. Participation is actually required in something. Okay. Well, it's a lot. Let's get something from this. From this Eigen girl, the gray space. Because it's not this or that. You know, you have yin yang. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's like there's this delicate mix here. Offspring. Integration. Offspring could have to do with your offspring. And that's just an obvious card about what that's about. And it could be talking about these family, you know, we have some familial patterns. What people are becoming aware of are patterns here lately, strongly. The energy is really supporting the awareness of it. Not necessarily that everybody's fixing everything at this moment, but the collective and all of the signs are getting a lot of downloads information. And so the awareness of what might be passed down through the family that needs to be integrated and changed also might be coming to your awareness. Oh, if that's just the way we've always done it, that's just not going to work anymore, right? Grasping. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I say. It's like holding on to something that you actually don't need where you're going. Grasping. Grasping onto something. When you're grasping onto something, you're afraid of letting it go, or you're afraid, you're thinking the tighter I hold on to this, the less likely it is to separate from me, or, you know, I really want it, but it's that energy, right? So you could actually be pushing something away by trying to hold on too tightly. And that can also be control over our offspring. Okay. Feels like an attachment, that grasping part. The feminine, yeah. So that's kind of like the action, you know, of grasping. And they're saying here, let's get into our divine feminine energy. And gently is the name of the game. Gently. Easy does it. Let's let it come to you. Or even if it's talking about a child, I feel like for somebody here that is talking about a child or a relationship that's very important, where the more you try to like hold on or control some things about it, it's the more action. Like getting the feeling of, I think it needs action, but the situation, but it doesn't. It just needs more sitting back and listening and being in your Queen of Cups. Like, no matter who you are, being in your, it needs more of, I'm sitting back, but I'm actually engaged and I'm listening. Receptivity. Okay. Somebody wants you to hear them out, wants you to hear their emotions more. And someone feels like you have high expectations on them. And it's probably going back to a pattern of having extremely high expectations out of ourselves, or, you know, having everything work out in the way that you see it. Okay, so this is really just about the balance of emotions here, and your masculine, feminine energy actions versus non-action. Versus surrender. I don't necessarily like non-action, like versus surrender. Yeah, this is the archetype, the Queen of Cups. Okay, let's get a tarot card here. Courage. Let's go feel these emotions. Feel these emotions. Two of Wands. Another very similar Aries message, by the way. I don't know if you're dealing with an Aries, or if you're just getting in that, if you're in that energy, you know, the Emperor energy, where you're really asserting yourself, you want to take control like a lot. This is about your plans. You're prepared. You have foresight. You are lined up. So the alignment is working out here with the Two of Wands. You're overcoming your fears, and you're handling your changes like as, okay, this is a process. That's the Moon. There's a lot of mysteries. There's a lot of unknowns. We kind of have to trust in our intuition. And our feelings are really coming up here, it feels like. Especially in relationship to family, how we were raised, how wealth is even thought of. Like within the family. 10 of Pentacles indicates wealth. Let's get a Kipper deck, because look at that expectation still wanting to pop out. What are you expecting? Family room, and it flew all the way over to the offspring. So, yeah. Means that. It means just that. It's about family. It's about respect, allegiances. False person in the reverse. Somebody could okay, so somebody could be revealing themselves to you. Like if you've had somebody that's been, like, I just see this like somebody that maybe has used another account, maybe to disguise like who they are, and maybe they're revealing who they are. Or this is you being very authentic, like the mask or the persona is off here. Child in the reverse. Mature woman. Could definitely have to do with a child. It could. Because you have offspring and you have the false person in the reverse. It's like about seeing somebody for who they are. It's some sort of message of concern. So you coming out of it, if there's any other issues here, like tangible with money or finances, see that as being really good or resolving. Let me get something else. I want to get a different deck for this child and the false person in the reverse. Somebody wants you to know more about who they are. Or thinks that you, I don't know, maybe view them in a certain way. There's something here but more information or something more to figure out or to learn or to discover. And then I have the spring with the maiden, the next 1 to 3 months. Something for you to learn, information. It says search secrets, looking beneath the surface. Like what's really going on with the emotions. You have Aries, Taurus, and Gemini on the card. Hot air balloon says balance, uplifting, freedom, going with the flow, rise above, don't resist, new perspective, untouchable, defying gravity. Self-reliant, extend oneself, mentoring others, self-improvement and accomplishment. Wow, and you have the big money card. That's my millionaire, billionaire card. It's big. It's the same, well, it's probably more than the 10 of Pentacles, if you can get more than the 10 of Pentacles. Prosperity, jackpot, success, good fortune, having plenty, money maker, sudden wealth, the real deal. The mirror is self-aware, seeing clearly, self-assessment, facing issues, self-love. And what the mirror is telling you. Okay, let's close out with an angel number message. And if you need a private reading, information's in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos like this, by the way, and the information for prices is below 3 different types. Make sure you put in the notes section what you want to know out of the reading or what your question is. And thank you all for the support so far. Let's close out. Your discipline and your approach. And maybe somebody needs more discipline. I don't know. Maybe someone needs more discipline. Or less. Okay, 31. Your approach to life is an effective mix of both practicality and imagination. Your mind is stirring with creative ideas, and you have the organizational skills to manifest them to life. I am disciplined. And master number 33, any positive changes or projects you are considering right now will be well worth your while. Expect your power to manifest and create will be heightened. I am expanding. And that's also associated with Neptune and all things kind of, you know, about otherworldly things. So that's what I have for you. Sending you love and light. Bye, Cancer.